shortly.
Wow! Hey guys, super random video today. In a nutshell, I've been invited to check out and hopefully play and hopefully find a bit more about the story of the last bass that Prince ordered before he passed away. So I'm jumping on a train in a minute for 5 hours, ouch, and I'm going to make my way down to the south of the UK and hopefully get my hands on this instrument, and I'm going to take you guys on the journey with me. So time to grab a train ticket. Made it to London anyway. Well, we're going to carry on down to Tunbridge Wells, which is where the bass has been made. Sure. Is this the workshop here? So we made it. This is through the window of the workshop here.
Yeah. If I shoot, do you want to break your hands off? So I can move all my stuff outside and pack down, and everything I'll just do.
Shortly.
Wow. Well, you can actually see the carbon fibre under the finish.
Yeah, this is the chrome fibres.
Is it active?
Yes, that one is. It's got the same pickup configuration. That's what the guitar has, and the inlays, the purple work is like a holographic carbon fibre, gold carbon fibre.
Oh, it's a bit loud though.
So
what do these do?
Right, so it's active. That's your volume. That's your mid.
Oh, okay.
That's your bass.
Volume, mid.
Yeah. What's this? That's pickup. So you got all the way forward is just the neck. It's got a P bass.
Yeah.
Then you got two combined sounds going backwards. First one's series.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
Then parallel. And then you got bridge humbucker. Cheers, yeah.
Holy macaroni! Get the backing, Nick. What's all this then? What the heck is this?
Well, I just don't like anything on show really. So everything's under there. All the active and the strings are under there. But that's got your battery and your active circuit.
Just pop out?
It's on magnets. I'll show you in a minute. You just get it out of a pick plectrum.
Wow. This is cool here as well, isn't it? Wow.
Right, so yeah, rolling.
This is the bass that Prince ordered after he'd received my guitar. So a year ago, around about this time last year, February, he received the guitar that I had built for him, and very shortly after receiving the guitar, so a matter of days really, he was in touch to ask if I could make a bass like the guitar. And that essentially became a commission, and that's what I've been working on for the last year. And it has really been a year. It's obviously been a very up and down year because he died so sadly very shortly after he ordered the bass. I knew that he wanted the bass to be like the guitar, so I decided that it had to be as close as I could achieve. So not having done this before with the bass, you know, I carried over a lot of the processes from the guitar and replicated them with the bass. So it's really as close as a match for the guitar as I could achieve. So it uses the same chrome fibre material for various aspects of the construction. It's got the same gold carbon fibre holographic inlays in the fingerboard. The purple paint is obviously the same. It's a purple candy lacquer which I use, which I got a custom mix to a certain tone. And then everything's gold plated. And the pickup specification actually is exactly the same as well. The guitar had a humbucker and a neck single. And I've used that before on bass, and I like it as a combination, so I saw no reason to change that, and I thought he would have appreciated it as well.
How did you get into making these then? Like, not this specific bass, but how did you actually, because this is nothing like a normal bass, is it? Or a normal guitar. How did you actually come up with this concept?
I was a design student, and where I went to Wolverhampton Polytechnic, as it was back then.
Yeah.
And it was this polytechnic with like 7 layers of different arts disciplines, going from print in the basement up to fine art in the 7th floor.
Yeah.
And you're just exposed to such a massive range of arty, designy influences. And above us there was there's furniture, there's people making stuff with tubular steel, and I thought that stuff looks really cool. All through my education I'd made guitars,
Yeah.
so I just hadn't studied it as a you know, you can go and study at a guitar making
Everywhere
school.
I put my hand, it's on this. It's just
That's
so.
the way you hold it though.
I'm gonna hold it like.
Tubular steel was a big one for me, so a lot of the early instruments I made were purely steel. So
Yeah.
they were very thinner, kind of 3/4 inch steel tube, all bent round in a sculptural frame.
Yeah.
And I called them Gitubes, and that was one of the first ones of those was in the Seal video.
When you were in art school, do you know with the whole carbon fibre, did you see, was that when you were exposed to that? Were you like, were there the students like using carbon fibre?
No, because if you have to go back long, like 1991, carbon fibre was really, really exotic.
Right,
You had it in like racing cars, and maybe it's starting to come into tennis rackets, I think, and
Yeah.
maybe mountain bikes, very early mountain bikes.
Yeah.
But it wasn't available to the public in quite anything like the way it is now. I mean, it's so easy to do
So
now.
for you to like have that idea to make carbon fibre guitars and basses were just completely outlandish.
It was. I mean, there were
It was like
people
a dare.
doing it.
It's like a dare.
Almost, yeah. This is one of the first instruments I made with carbon fibre. So you can see it's got a composite neck,
Yeah.
but actually what it's got in the middle was a steel tube running straight down the
Oh,
middle.
really? Yeah.
But it was more. So it was to do with the construction, but it is also the the strength of it. But it was also making a nice shape as well. Typically, anyone who uses carbon fibre in an instrument doesn't really combine it with wood. They'll combine it with stuff that you use in that industry, which is high density foams and things like that.
Whereas with these ones, you're actually combining cedar
Yes.
and carbon. How do you get the carbon fibre onto the actual cedar?
Well, I mean, it's more the other way round actually, because I'm working into a mould. So if you imagine
Okay.
the impression of the instrument as in a negative, so
Yeah.
the female form of that bass,
Yeah.
and I produce carbon fibre into that shape, and I do it in a couple of stages actually. I do what's called an infusion,
Yeah.
which is where you run resin through the fibres, which are under vacuum, so it's all in a bag, vacuumed down, there's no air. So in theory you get a really nice surface, and then in the back of that I can then add more carbon fibre, and I'm putting much more carbon in than a lot of people who are doing these so-called, a lot of people now have got into doing carbon fibre wraps.
Okay,
Where
yeah,
you'll
yeah, I've seen
have,
them, yeah.
where you'll have a wooden base and you'll just put a layer of carbon over the top or
Yeah.
something. But I mean, this is something very different. I'm working into a mould, there's multiple layers of carbon, using it for different types of like unidirectional weaves and 5-harness satins and stuff for their drapeability, and then I use biaxial fibres which have got strength in certain planes to put strength into different areas, and I can make the neck really stiff with different
So
directions
it's
of
really
fibres.
versatile actually.
Very versatile material, which is why it's so fantastic for Formula One, where they want to have strength in certain.
Yeah.
But I've sort of made it work for basses in that way, so I create a quite a reasonable thickness of carbon on the surface. It mounts to probably about 3 mil, 2.5 to 3 mil over the entire surface, and then the wood goes in as part of the process later
So
on.
do you have to carve the wood to the right shape and then
Yes.
it goes on? Oh, this
Yeah.
sounds really easy. Not.
Well, this is
Wow.
partly why
Yeah.
I'm not in too much worry about people copying the things, because to be honest, they would
nightmare.
give up.
Yeah.
They really would, because they think, why on earth has he done this? It is such a hard way to make a bass.
Yeah.
But you know, this is the way I've chosen to go,
Absolutely,
and it
yeah.
works for me.
Simon, where can people find if these guys here, these guys and girls, want to find you and more about these? Where do they go?
GusGuitars.com, or just I'm on Facebook as just check out Gus Guitars.
Thank you so much for letting us into your realm and your shed. Proper man shed this. Thank you, mate.
You're welcome.
Check
Cheers,
him out
Scott.
online. Whoa, where are you going? If you haven't subscribed to the Scott's Bass Lessons channel yet here on YouTube, click the link, subscribe. I release 2 videos like this every single week. You can also check out our other videos over there, and if you've not checked out scottsbasslessons.com membership, check it out. You can grab your 14-day free trial over there.